is a WCVB Channel 5 editorial speaking on behalf of the editorial board. WCVB President and General Manager Andrew Vries.
A president's first 100 days in office. This week marks the storied, though made-up metric by which all new American presidential administrations have come to be measured. No question that President Trump's first 3 months have been busy, impactful, and headline-making, as well as worrisome, chaotic, and dizzying. Few presidents since Franklin D. Roosevelt have sought such a dramatic shakeup and restructuring of the federal government. In fact, Trump himself has compared the intensity and significance of his own first 100 days with FDR. In fairness, President Trump deserves credit for prioritizing at least 3 major issues that deserve attention. A majority of voters support eliminating waste and fraud in the federal government. A majority favor deporting those who are in the country illegally and are guilty of committing crimes. And few would argue against the long-term appeal of reducing the nation's trade imbalances, particularly by bringing home industries whose jobs and products have long since migrated overseas. While tapping wide public support might have been possible on all 3 of these issues, it's been the actual execution that has both curdled that support and created record low approval ratings thus far for the president. According to the most recent and reliable polling data, a clear majority of Americans, 57%, believe that those being deported should not be denied due process. While majorities also continue to support cutting government waste, 60% of voters disapprove of the president's outsourced tool for doing it, Elon Musk's newly minted Department of Government Efficiency. And where do Americans stand on the tariffs and trade wars the president has argued will bring back American manufacturing jobs? Despite the promise of future jobs, 89% believe that prices for nearly everything they buy will rise in the meantime. And nearly 60% now hold the president responsible for worsening the economy. Which brings us back to the comparison of Donald Trump's and Franklin Roosevelt's first 100 days in office. Needless to say, the world was a much different place 92 years ago, with the nation mired in the despair and hopelessness of the Great Depression. Roosevelt worked closely with Congress to find solutions. By contrast, Mr. Trump seems intent on signing endless executive orders, challenging laws and democratic norms, as well as eliminating whole swaths of government services and agencies. Will all of this end up making America safer, greater, stronger, healthier, or better off economically? We're sure the president would like to show proof of that in his next 1,300 days. If history teaches us anything, some of that evidence could be years, decades, or even a generation away.
Send comments to editorials@WCVB.com.